After going 3-2-1 on their last road trip, Connor Bedard and the Chicago Blackhawks travel back home to take on Jack Hughes and the New Jersey Devils. Hello and welcome back to the KR Shy Sports channel. My name is Casper Rajwa, and ladies and gentlemen, it has certainly been a minute. I know I have not uploaded in what feels like forever now. I'm in my first semester of college and I've just been really busy, so I have just not had any time to upload any content. But I have been still keeping track with the Blackhawks, and man, let me tell you, I am absolutely ecstatic with where this team is right now. As of the time I am currently recording, which is 6:39 p.m. on Tuesday, November the 11th, the Chicago Blackhawks sit third in the Central Division with 19 points in 16 games, firmly currently in a wild card spot. Of course, this is going to change over the next few weeks or months or even probably later today. But just the fact that we're sitting here 16 games in and we're even thinking about the Blackhawks in a playoff conversation is absolutely incredible. And it really shows the job Kyle Davidson and his staff did this offseason. I mean, it all kind of starts last season with the acquisition of Spencer Knight for Seth Jones and then acquiring a first round pick from that. And of course, we retained salary from Seth Jones that we will be paying. But with the salary cap going on, that's kind of pennies on the dollar. But just the overall story here, I mean, during the offseason, myself included, everyone was like, did Kyle Davidson really do enough? Jeff Blashill, no offense to Jeff Blashill, but at the time, he didn't really spark my interest, nor the interest of many other Chicago Blackhawks fans. But, I mean, this hire has been absolutely marvelous, with only a few exceptions, which will happen to honestly every NHL team. The team has bought in every single night, and even earlier, just the small incremental changes. Like earlier in the season, you would see what would happen in the second period. They would come out to a fiery start in the first, and in the second period, it'd all fall apart, and they'd kind of rebound back in the third. It was like the dreaded Chicago Blackhawks second period at the start of the season. But even though there's still struggles at times there, you can tell it's definitely been cleaned up, and it's just so refreshing to have this coaching staff that's like genuinely putting players in the best position to succeed. Like Anders Sorensen and Luke Richardson, nothing against them. I really thought that they had, I don't know, just like not this swagger, but this leadership behind them. These confident guys that, have played the game before. It's just like, man, Jeff Blashill, I mean, if you listen to his press conferences, I mean, the guy is really X's and O's. He's just super smart and quick-witted when it comes to answering questions from reporters and stuff. But, man, like, I really didn't think it would look this good. And like I said, there's still plenty of time. And do I firmly believe they're going to make the playoffs? No. And honestly, I think they probably won't. I think they'll be even like 75-point range would be awesome. But like, man, if they could like touch 80s and stuff, that would honestly be amazing. But just to continue on with the Chicago Blackhawks here, I know this is a New Jersey Devils preview, but I just wanted to say my opinion since I haven't been on here in a minute. Like I said earlier, the team is completely bought in. Like, besides Connor Bedard having an absolutely monstrous season with 25 points in 16 games, others include Andrei Burakovsky, another absolutely amazing Kyle Davidson move during the offseason that we didn't even see coming. And Tyler Bertuzzi also on fire right behind him. You have guys like Teuvo Teravainen, 11 points, Frankie Nazar, 11 points, Ryan Donato, 11 points, Artie Levshunov, 9 assists. He's been doing really well too, and he's really picked it up. Sam Renzel has kind of fallen back a little bit. I don't know if he's going to have time in Rockford necessarily. We'll see. The guy is still so young, and you could see the flashes, but over the course of a longer season, you definitely can tell it's going to take a little bit more development. But like, as you can see with Artem Levshunov, it just really has looked so much better from so many players this season. Like Connor Bedard, like I said, having a crazy season is a huge part of this, of course, but just these small increases from these veteran players and just being bought in every night, pulling their weight is so awesome, and it's contributing to the current team's success. And to continue on here, just statistically, Spencer Knight has been freaking phenomenal for the Blackhawks. I mean, Vezina conversation, Hart conversation possible. I don't know if he's going to win them necessarily, but 926 save percentage, 2.33 goals against, 6 wins, 3 losses, and 2 overtime losses. He has been, like, the stats honestly don't show it enough because the stats are really good, but he's been playing so well. I mean, the confidence the team has when he's backstopping them. Even Arvid Soderblom has really picked it up recently. I don't want to say, like, started off really, really poorly, but somewhat slow. And the last game in Detroit, I mean, after that toe save, the boost of confidence for the Blackhawks was so visible. It's really, really, like I said, refreshing to have this happening with this team right now. To wrap up with the Blackhawks stuff here before we get into the Devils half of things, today Jeff Blashill announced that Frank Nazar and Jason Dickinson will likely not play tomorrow, with Frankie Nazar looking to be injured in that Calgary game with a mid-body injury. It looks like Ryan Green from the forward lines in practice today, tweeted out by Ben Pope, he has stepped into that second center spot, and it might be likely that he's playing there tomorrow, which is a very big opportunity for him as he's been playing this feisty role, winning faceoffs. I don't know what his exact faceoff percentage is, but it really seems like he's just winning these really critical faceoffs. I swear a ton of goals and things have happened off of Ryan Green faceoff, and maybe that's just me paying attention to that specifically, but I think he's been playing a really crucial role as well, and it's really cool to have him get this opportunity, and I'm really looking forward to see what he does with it, of course. And yeah, besides that, Mikheyev, Teravainen on his wing, and then the Bertuzzi, Bedard, Burakovsky line is really, really cool. The B cubed line, if you will. That was kind of cringe. But that line, I mean, those guys have just been playing out of their minds to start the season. So really excited with what the Blackhawks have going here. And yeah, time to get into New Jersey. Now, the reason I chose to break my hiatus, if you will, for this game specifically against the New Jersey Devils is because the Devils are currently having one hell of a season. Again, as of when I am recording this, the New Jersey Devils currently stand at the top of the Eastern Conference with 23 points in 16 games played. Now, the scoring distribution is a little bit different of the Blackhawks because they don't have Jack Hughes scoring all of the team's points like Connor Bedard currently is. Well, not all of the team's points, but a ton of the team's points. They have Jack Hughes still having a really good season at 18 points in 16 games. And then you have Jesper Bratt, 16 points in 16 games. Mercer at 15 points in 16 games. 13 points in 16 games for Timo Meier. Nico Hischier, 11 points in 16 games. And then you just go down the list with everyone contributing fairly equally like you see with the Blackhawks too, but just a little more spread around it. Just a full contribution from the team. But the one thing these two teams do have in common is their absolutely stellar goaltending they're getting right now. I mean, Jake Allen and Jacob Markstrom are a great goalie tandem, as you may know. But the fact that Jacob Markstrom was injured earlier in the season, had a little bit of a I don't remember the exact injury, but he tweaked something and he was out for a little bit, right? And his numbers don't look the greatest right now. I mean, a save percentage of 8.72 or 0.872 rather, and then 3.82 goals against. Doesn't look the best, but then you see Jake Allen have freaking a 914 save percentage as well as a 2.29 goals against average at the age of 35. And I do know goalies do tend to have their primes and peaks a little bit later, and their longevity is usually a little bit longer. But the fact he's doing this right now is really big for the Devils. And then once Jacob Markstrom kind of comes back into his own, this will be a really good sort of development for them if Jake Allen continues to keep this up. Yeah, so to wrap things up here, the Blackhawks take on the Devils tomorrow at the United Center at 8:30 p.m. Central, which is pretty darn late. I do not love the late starts because, you know, people have school the next morning, they have work, all sorts of things, so that's not the best thing, but it is a prime time game on TNT. So The fact is, I forgot who the Blackhawks played last time on TNT, but I do remember they won. It was the Blues, right? It was that like 7-2, 7-1, whatever it was, like absolute whopping of the Blues, where people really started to notice the Blackhawks. The reason this game is so big is because it is an opponent doing really, really, really well right now. And the Blackhawks are also doing pretty darn well right now. If the Blackhawks manage to get a win here, or just to play the Devils close, maybe get a point in overtime, right? And they lose in overtime or the shootout. It's only more media attention for the Blackhawks, which is really good. It's really good because you have all these young players coming up. And just to have that media attention is really, like I said a million times before, refreshing, because the Blackhawks have been in the dumps of the league. The last good thing to happen to them was winning the draft lottery because they were so freaking bad. So to have the Blackhawks talked about in a competitive sense is really awesome. So if they do sneak out this win tomorrow, that would be really, really, really cool. But just to finish off here, I'm just going to finish off with a prediction. Do I think there's a good chance they lose? Yes. But to just remain optimistic, I'm going to have the Chicago Blackhawks winning 3-2 in overtime, just to spice things up, against the New Jersey Devils. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this kind of format. You know, it wasn't the longest video per se, but it's something I've wanted to get back into, but I've just been so busy. But I found a second I had a lull between my classwork to crank this out. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time, whenever that is. Hopefully soon. Bye.